Alright, in this video we're going to work on Trooper. Trooper is part of the SOC's level 1 update and it is in part of the cyber threat intelligence module. Let's just jump into it. So who's the threat? A multinational technology company has been targeted of several cyber attacks in the past few months. The attacker had been successful in stealing sensitive intellectual property and causing disruption to the company operations. A threat advisory report about similar attack had been shared, and as a CTI analyst, your task is to identify tactic, technique, and procedure (TTP) in being used by the threat group. As much information as possible about their identity and motive. For this task, you will utilize the OpenCTI platform as well as the Mitre Attack Navigator. Link to the details below. Assign tool, start the VM machine. We already started the VM machine. You know what to do here. Give it about 7 minutes. But if you see 00 here, it's just a bug. So don't worry about that. I just started probably 10 minutes ago. And username, info@tryhackme.io. Password, tryhackme1234. Really hard to crack password. OpenCTI is going to be the IP and port 8080. And then attack navigator would be the IP and port 4200. Alright, so I'm not gonna read this PDF, but I'm gonna let my robot friend Emma do the job. Let's see here. Let me launch Emma. Alright, Emma, take it away.
APT X, a threat actor group that targets government, military, healthcare, transportation, and high-tech industries in Taiwan, the Philippines, and Hong Kong, has been active since 2011. The group was reportedly using spear phishing emails with weaponized attachments to exploit known vulnerabilities. Primarily motivated by information theft and espionage, the group has also been seen adopting different strategies such as fine-tuning tools with new behaviors and going mobile with surveillanceware. We found that APT X's latest activity center on targeting Taiwanese and the Philippine military's physically isolated networks through a US ferry attack, the name derived from a sample found in a related research. We also observed targets among military/Navy agencies, government institutions, military hospitals, and even a national bank. The group employs US Ferry, a USB malware that performs different commands on specific targets, maintains stealth in environments, and steals critical data through USB storage. We started tracking this particular campaign in 2018, and our analysis shows that it uses a fake executable decoy and a USB Trojan strategy to steal information. Based on data from the Trend Micro Smart Protection Network security infrastructure, US Ferry attacks have been active since 2014. We found the group was focused on stealing defense ocean and ship-related documents from target networks, which led us to believe that APT X's main purpose is to exfiltrate confidential information or intelligence. Figure 1. A sample scenario of the US ferry attack. APT X is well aware that military or government organizations may have more robust security in their physically isolated environments, i.e., the use of biometrics or USB use in a quarantine machine before an air-gapped environment. The group then targets potentially unsecured related organizations that could serve as jumping-off points for attacks. For instance, we observed APT X move from a military hospital to the military's physically isolated network, a USB malware called US Ferry. We first encountered the malware from a PricewaterhouseCoopers report that mentioned a sample related to APT X, but did not include a detailed analysis. We looked into it further and discovered many versions of it, including several program database, PDB, strings. For one thing, the US Ferry malware already has at least 3 versions with different variants and components at the time of writing. Here are the noteworthy points we gathered during analysis. The first version has a small component of TTPs. The malware tries to check if the target machine has a USB plugin and copies the US Ferry installer into the USB storage. The activities vary in target environments. Some execute commands, source target files or folder lists, and copy files from physically isolated hosts to compromised hosts, among other things. The second version has the same capabilities as the first and combines components into one executable. This version also changes the malware location and its name to UF, an abbreviation for US Ferry. The third version retains the previous version's capabilities and improves its stealth in the target environment by residing in the Rundle32-XE memory. Figure 2. US Ferry malware's first version, where the exe file is the US Ferry malware and the DLL file is Trojan. How US Ferry targets air-gap systems. APT X has changed the way it uses the above-mentioned US Ferry versions in attacks. The group achieves infection by employing the USB worm infection strategy and ferrying a malware installer via USB into an air-gapped host machine. Figure 3. US Ferry malware using USB worm infection strategy. The notable changes in the group's latest attack chain that uses version UF 1.020160226, detected by Trend Micro as terrorj_rustblotter.ahba, are as follows. The decoy file first drops a flash_infdll file, which is a US Ferry loader, and tries to load the encrypted US Ferry malware. The encrypted US Ferry malware is embedded in the loader resource section, and the loader drops it into the c:\users/public/documents/flash folder and names it flash.dat. After the encrypted payload is loaded, the loader injects a malicious DLL into Rundle32-XE. The US Ferry malware also loads a CNC configuration file in flash.dat, which is also located in the c:\users/public/documents/flash. The US Fairy malware then tries to connect to the download site and uses a Windows command to collect /copy target host data.
All right, thanks, Emma. Appreciate it. Did a great job. 90% there. The robot is learning. All right, Chen Joey. So that's the source here. Tropic Trooper, USB Ferry, Target Air Gap Network. That's the source. So, what kind of phishing campaign does the APT X use as part of their TTPs? Via phishing email. It's like a really targeted phishing campaign. So that is that. What's the name of the malware used by the APT X? USB Ferry is the malware. And the malware stick ID, I think we have to launch our VM to start doing that. So let's just jump into it. All right, I launched basically the URL of the OpenCTI IP and also the Mitre ATT&CK navigator. I think this is static lab again, and our username should be info TryHackMe. Let me see. Let me look at the info tryhack.io. Paste that, and then password is TryHackMe1234. I'm in. This is already launched, so whatever highlight is what the APT X use. We see replication through removable media, native API, exploitation for client execution, and we're gonna continue on with that. It doesn't log in, I don't know why. Okay, Chromium seemed to work, so we're gonna use Chromium this time. And yeah. Alright, so with the credential, we're logged in, and let's just jump into it. What is the malware stick ID or STIX ID? We're gonna go analysis here. Report. Let me search here. This malware. Search the malware then. Okay, USB Ferry. We found the USB by searching the malware, by searching for the name of the malware here. And that is Yahoya, correlate to the Trojan here. Tropic Trooper. Let me open a new tab here. And USB Ferry info is still in. Yeah, there we go. So what is the malware stick ID? This is it. Let me zoom in for you. Oh, too much. I think this is not the most responsive thing. So the most I could do here is the 25% or 125%. Paste it. But this is our stick ID. Let me also paste that on my node. All right, what is with the use of a USB, what technique did the APT X use to gain an initial access? I think it's like exploiting the air gap or so on. Let me look at the PDF again. I know you can't see, but it's okay. We might have to look at the attack navigator here. Removable media should be thing. Tropic Trooper. Search for USB. Replication through a removable media might be out. Yeah, there we go. So let's look at the attack media. Yeah, it is the initial access on the media attack. So replication through removable media would be our answer here. Makes sense because it used the USB. What is the identity of APT X? It is Tropic Trooper, since we're on this already. Okay. On OpenCTI, how many attack pattern technique are associated with the APT OpenCTI? So we swap back to this tab. We want to look. Let me copy this and launch another OpenCTI tab here, because I don't want to lose the malware and go back and forth. Instead, we're going to search for the intrusion set attack pattern. Let's see, intrusion set. Oh, there's a tab here. Ah, there it is. Knowledge. 39 attack pattern should be our answer. Let's see. All right. Fair enough. That is our answer here. Okay. What is the name of the tool linked to the APT? So we're looking for the tool. One tool. There's one tool. So let's go to global. Go down here. Poison ivy. Is it poison ivy? Give it a try. Nope. Oh, there it is. Tool. So what we want to look at here is this called bit admin. Let's look up bit admin. See. Yeah, it is a tool for Win32. So that might be our tool here. Oh, bit admin. Ah, there it is. So bit admin tool. Load up the navigator. What is the sub technique used by the APT under valid account? So we going to look for valid account. I think credential access or something related to credential might be our. Oh, there's nothing in credential access, so. Oh, there it is. Valid account. It doesn't highlight. It's a local account, so it is under defense evasion. Makes sense. So valid account would not flag the defensive mechanism. So local account can use to pivot or lateral, or just have the local access to the system. Makes sense. All right. So under what tactic does the technique above fall? T1078. T1078. Let's see here. T1078. Oh, if you want to look at this bit for the tool, bit admin also lists on the first one of the software too. But right now we look for T1078. T1078. Valid account. So what they want us to answer here. What tactic does the technique fall above? Oh, there it is. Tactic. If you want to just look for the ID here, T1078. And the tactic is defend evasion, persistent, privilege escalation, and initial access. Ah, initial access, persistent, defend evasion, privilege escalation. So they try to make it as sequential to the cyber kill chain. You want to start with initial access, then you persistent to the system, and then you try to evade the defense mechanism and try to escalate privilege to gain more access onto the system. Makes sense, but if you have a hard time, the attackmitre.org have all the info you need. I mean, there's probably here on the OpenCTI too, but I like to use both. I think this is good for a offline static kind of site where you could store your own information, because I know you could edit stuff in here too. But if you have the internet, you could use this too. This also helps. I like to utilize both. What technique is the group known for using under the tactic collection? All right, so collection, let me select everything and go to collection here. Automated collection. That should be it. Oh, collection. And there it is. That's the room. 4 troopers. It's good. I want more of this. Actually, I want to do more challenge like this. I'm having fun, enjoying it, and it's been an enjoyable room, labs to navigate through. I hope to see more. Wonderful. Rating this at 9 out of 10. A little difficult, not because of it's difficult to navigate through anything. It's just sometimes it's just hard to log in and stuff. But I'll figure it out. You know, I want to use more of the OpenCTI. I've done a couple of labs with this before, but yeah, good one. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope this helped off this room. Yeah, goodbye.